And hello everyone, welcome to part 5 of this playthrough now. Yeah, I was meant to actually show this screen when the stream was starting, but oh well. So yeah, I'll just load right now. As you can see, 70% of the AG League complete, so I'm not sure if I'll complete it 100% tonight, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, still got another 50% of the challenges to go, but yeah, I think it's all going well so far. Progress this game. Let's just get straight into it, although there's already quite a few messages. Apterix and Fahim in the chat having a conversation. She wipes on my out until I fusion, also go to music choice. Ah yes. Yeah, I know you like the Pulse soundtrack a lot, don't you? EA Sports is in the game, only 10 seconds until racism time. I think you mean racing actually. Anyway, I'm just gonna go with EGX or EGR again, I think. Oh, well, Tigron's unlocked. Zyos, not quite yet. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, I'll just use EGR, I think. Pretty good ship, I think, overall. I've got plenty of money for upgrades as well, so, can I get this some max upgrades, actually? No, I can't. Oh well. Maybe not max speed then. I mean, it's a bit hectic. Guess I can do that. Then, yeah, up the thrust a little bit. That's about it, really. Right. Let's begin with the... Ah, yes, the Zala Wolf challenge. I forgot. I need to do that. That's to unlock Zyos, I believe. Lewis Hamilton is the best racist, says Apterix. Okay. I forgot how uncannily horrifying the pilot models were in this game. Yeah, it's early PS2 graphics, so yeah, it's slightly unsettling, but oh well. That was literally the state of the art back then. I say back then, it's weird that this game's 23 years old, and it was actually being developed in like 1999, 2000, I believe, like around when WipEout 3 was being developed as well. So yeah. So technically it makes it over 25, which feels really weird to say, honestly. Arcane says Fusion soundtrack, and then 3 booms. Yeah, the soundtrack's pretty good in this game, to be fair. I think it's a bit different compared to most of the other soundtracks. But I mean, this whole game is different compared to most of the other games in the series, so whatever. And it's not different in a bad way. I think it's pretty good overall, the soundtrack. But other people like it as well. Okay, so yeah, this I just have to get first, of course. And it's a single lap, because it's, well, straightforward track. Well, straightforward being that it's in one direction, it doesn't go in a loop. And it's, I wouldn't say it's easy, either. Oh, you, why? Well, that's just ruined everything, hasn't it? Bloody gravity bomb. Such an annoying weapon. Very glad it didn't appear in any of the later games, honestly. But then you do have just the bomb, which isn't that much better, to be honest. Oh, no! Bloody cannon caught me off guard. Yeah, you guys already know. If you've seen my, like, well, earlier streams in this series, then you'll know this game is utter chaos. Well, even if you've just played this game in the past, you'll know already, so... Oh, crap. I'm not first, am I? Really? Ow. No. No, not happening. Oh god, they spin round from that. It's a long track as well. Ah, there we go. Finished. Just about. I don't know why... okay. Great driving. Or piloting. Just flying straight into the wall at the end. Beautiful. Yeah, Arcane says lots more break beats. Yeah, the Fusion soundtrack. Apterix says the models on PS1 were better. Do you mean like the ship models? Anyway, that's that done. First try, just about. Let's move on now to the Thea League, which I thought I did already. Maybe not. I must be thinking of something else. Did I not already do this? I don't... let's just do it anyway. Apterix says, Fusion wanted to hop on the F-Zero hype train, but thankfully Psygnosis realised they should make their own thing and stay in their lane. I'm not quite sure that's what they were doing. But, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. Because from my understanding, I thought this was like Psygnosis trying to make WipEout like how they originally envisioned it, with like the ships kind of staying level with the track, and like, although that's one thing, but then the ship designs, they are a bit different from what they usually did on the PS1. I'm not sure, really. Whatever it is, like, it's different in a lot of ways. I suppose it is more F-Zero-like, judging by gameplay I've seen of F-Zero anyway. I've never actually played F-Zero, but from what I've seen, yeah, this game does play a bit more like that, I suppose. It's not, like, floaty, like the PS1 games, or even just the more modern WipEout games. Anyway... I don't know why I shot those, that just was not going to work. There goes Tigron. Bye. Yeah, EGR feels very nice to pilot, or to fly, to be fair. I think it's quite fast, and it's quite controllable as well. It's probably the equivalent of, like, Oh, and the shielding as well is great. The shielding is some of the best in the game. It's probably the equivalent of like, I'm trying to think like of just like Assegai maybe in the later games. So that Assegai from like Pure onwards, it has a great blend of like shielding, speed, and handling. I think probably one of my favourite ships to use nowadays, honestly, in the later games. Oh my god. Assegai's not the greatest in WipEout 3 in my opinion, mostly because of the poor shielding. It's still nice and fast and controllable, it's just lacking the shielding department. But then Special Edition, they added an extra point for the shielding, same for Icarus. But I think the other stats remain the same. And yeah, in Special Edition, they also broke the physics slightly, like mostly from jumps. For some reason, if you use the hyper thrust, you could exceed like 1,000 kilometers an hour. Did I just go through that? Not complaining, but there we go. Right, I think I've got this one. There we go. Stuff. Right, and I got a 1 elimination, that was from Tigron. I'm kind of surprised there weren't any other eliminations. It was just me killing that Tigron ship, and that was it. Nice. Aptrix says, I mean models of games in general, they looked worse objectively, but they looked more natural. I'm talking about games like Silent Hill and Tomb Raider. Yeah, I understand what you mean, actually. I think yeah, I can kind of get what you're saying. Fahim says, sponsored by De-Roasted Cat. Oh. If it was WipEout Pure, and then especially... oh, De-Roasted Cat replying to Fahim, not Link Technology yet. Oh no, of course, because yeah, EGR, but it's not EGX, is it? So yeah, there we go. Is this gonna load? Or am I just impatient? I don't know. There we go. Okay. Okay. And yeah, Aptrix, when you're mentioning like the game models, like in PS1, overall, personally, I mean, obviously, I think the PS2 ship models and stuff, I think they look, I mean, they're definitely higher in like poly count, but I do think the PS1, like especially WipEout 3 ship designs, I prefer. But that's not to say the Fusion ones are bad. In my opinion, I do prefer the PS1 models, usually. But yeah, I mean, I still think these look decent for PS2. It's just the designs themselves, like EGR, I mean, this ship design differs greatly from anything you'd see from most other WipEout games. Like, whether it's PS1 or PSP or anything. Like, or if it's a Mega Collection. Same goes for like the Zyos ship as well. But then if you look at Physar and Van Uber, they don't look as different from like other ships in the series. Anyway. Aptrix says, EGX could link my technology any day. They're one of the best ships in the series. Fair enough. I actually kind of like EGX as well. Like, it's one of those ships that, to me, that it doesn't feel too heavy. And it's like, it's nowhere near as smooth to handle as like Physar, but it's still decent enough. Like, it's kind of balanced. Like, it's not too sensitive, but it's not too heavy either. And it's pretty nice, fast as well. I think thrust is pretty good too. I kind of like using that ship on both Pulse and HD. Although, I barely played Pulse this year, if I'm honest. I haven't really played the PSP games as much. But like, I've played Pure more. Like when I'm out and whatever. Sometimes when I'm on the bus, I like to play Pure, just because. Although, again, yeah, I haven't really played on the PSP or Vita in a little while. I've mostly just played WipEout HD or WipEout Fusion. Or 2097, as you saw in my April Fool's video. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the 2006 YouTube quality. In that video. Anyway, that was not the best performance. I got 4th. Good time bonus, though, apparently. I should still be 1st, hopefully. Yeah, D-Roasted Cat says, I like how slidey and accelerate it is. Yeah. EGX you're talking about, I imagine. It's like in Pulse as well. I like to use Goteki 45 as well. Like, for some reason, I feel like in Pulse, the controls are just a bit slightly too oversensitive, and the walls kind of, you're kind of glued to the walls a bit more compared to like WipEout HD. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's kind of just how I see it. Like with Pulse, that's why I prefer HD greatly. I just think the physics in Pulse, they're different from Pure. They're definitely faster, but like it feels a bit more. It just feels slightly less controllable than Pure and HD, if I'm honest. That's how Pulse feels to me. And again, I feel like the walls, you kind of get glued to them sometimes. Or even stuck on them. Like, it's too reminiscent of the first Wipeout. It's weird. It's not that bad, really. It's just me moaning. I don't know. But yeah, as I was saying, Goteki 45, I feel like, because it's not as, like, sensitive as, like, Physar or AG systems, but it's not as heavy as, like, Piranha or Triakis. It's, like, kind of in between. I think both Goteki and EGX, they're both, like, 7 out of 10 for handling, in terms of stats. And, yeah, I do like using both EGX and, well, Kyrex as well, and, yeah, Goteki 45. I think those are, like, my 3 most used ships in Pulse, in, well, more recent times of playing it. I don't really like using Goteki or EGX as much in WipEout HD, though. I prefer just using Physar or Kyrex or Assegai, usually. Or Haramau. I mean, I think HD's physics are the best balanced, in my opinion. I think the game does balance the best, really. So, sometimes end up using quite a wide variety of ships, but generally these days it's Assegai, Kyrex, or Physar in WipEout HD that I use. Anyway, back to Fusion. Talking about other games too much. This isn't too bad so far. Yeah, backwards Quake, why not? I wonder if that will kill any of the opponents, maybe? Don't think it did. Oh well. Let's do another one then. Didn't get to see it very well, but oh well. And still, oh, everyone else has gone way ahead now. It's good. I'm not sure how long I'll maintain this for, though. Something terrible might happen. Never know. Maybe the ship will just fall through the ship. The ship? No. Maybe the ship will just fall through the wall or something. Because that sometimes happens. Or maybe I'll miss the track entirely. You never bloody know. Sometimes if you end up flying on a wall, you kind of like fall into it and then like off the track. It's weird. Just the way this game is. Like, the only thing you can really collide with are ships and, well, the sides of the walls. Anything else you just go through. Well, apart from these rocks, of course. Yeah, anything that isn't really on the track, you don't collide with. You just fall straight through it. Well, there we go. Nice, smooth, quick end to that race. Oh, this has got 7 races, this. Okay. I hope I could still do 2 leagues and a whole series of challenges in this 90-minute stream, then. Oh wow, I'm 12 points ahead. Well, that's good. That's, hopefully should make the rest of this league a little easier. Apterix says, I air brake like crazy, so that intermediate handling of EGX is good for me. I'm one who believes that good handling can more than make up for all the slowest ships, and EGX embodies this. Yeah, that makes sense, I suppose. Some people do use air brakes more than others. I try and balance things out as much as I can. Doesn't always work, but well. D-Roasted Cat says, the April Fools was very funny, original quality feels. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Just a funny idea I had. I did one last year as well, where I just filmed my flat screen TV with like a like a 2010 digital camera. I set it to like the lowest quality on purpose, and then I've put it through Windows Movie Maker. And yes, I did use a Windows XP PC to put it through Windows Movie Maker, the April Fool's videos. And it wasn't actually the Packard Bell. I couldn't actually use that for video capture because it's got USB 1.1. So I had to use my Dell Inspiron laptop instead, which also runs Windows XP. It's like, I think it's a year newer, but it has USB 2.0, so I could actually do video capture through it. Yeah, there's that. I did miss a few messages. Physar is almost too responsive for me. I feel like medium to high handling, low to medium speed, and then medium weight, medium durability, and extremely high thrust would be my dream ship. I know Goteki exists, but they feel wrong to fly, so I just go for high-end pure racing ships like Vanuba and Haramau. Goteki is a weird one. Like, it's surprising how... I don't know, it's one of those ships, it's like, it's so boxy that it's just, it's kind of hard to believe that it would match the same kind of stats as the other ships, or like similar stats at least, as like the other ships in the game. But I don't know why, like, I liked Pure's Goteki design, but then Pulse, they kind of put it back to the WipEout 3 style with like the really boxy ship. I don't know, it's just a bit funny to me. Somehow it can still fly at 800 kilometers an hour, no problem. Well, I say no problem, it's kind of hard to handle and it's quite chunky, but yeah. Just a chunky brick of a vehicle. Kind of reminds me of like a retro car or something, except it's, well, it's supposed to be the year 2207, and well, it's anti-gravity vehicles. It's a strange design. It's not bad, it's just kind of funny to me. Goteki 45. I think Pure's Goteki design, it's definitely a bit different. Is it the best? I don't know. There are only really 3 designs, because obviously there's the WipEout 3 one, and then the Pure one, and then Pulse/HD. And yeah. Maybe Pure's is the most different. It's the most agile looking. Certainly more agile than the other ones. Oh no, that's a grav stinger, and okay, the Quake actually put me over it. Well, that's good. One time the Quake actually helps. Oh, lag. Okay. Nothing even happening on screen apart from general gameplay. Don't tell me the game's programmed badly or something. Yeah, as I've said before, I do think that this game is quite poorly coded in some areas, but it doesn't mean it's bad. Some people might dislike it, but I used to not really like this game that much, but I don't know, I kind of see the more fun aspect of it nowadays, and again, that's why I'm doing a playthrough. This is literally the only playthrough of any game that I've done on my channel. Like, this is the first game I'm doing, WipEout Fusion. Obviously, last year I did the series of, like, playing each WipEout game on stream, but that was just, like, playing one race on each track. That wasn't, like, completing all of them. Anyway, third. Oh, I actually set a new time. That's the first time that's happened, I think, in any of these streams. It's probably because I've got the speed upgraded. If Haramau was a bit grippier and less bouncy, maybe a bit slower and less agile, it would be my dream ship, says Actrix. Fair enough. I do like Haramau, it's always been a nice looking ship, I think. Kind of reminds me of the 2097 Piranha a bit. With kind of just the fish look. Yeah. And I love the liveries it has in WipEout HD as well. Very nice. Orange and blue. Stuff like that. The yellow one's a bit of an oddball though. A bit random. Obligatory, what's your favourite WipEout game? Viewers comment. Says Arcane. WipEout 3 is top tier for me. Maps, handling, soundtrack. Yeah, I think I've mentioned in the past. I think WipEout HD might be my favourite. But then there's also Special Edition. Like WipEout 3 Special Edition. Like, I really like both games. They both look great for their respective consoles. Great soundtracks, I think, although I do prefer the WipEout 3 soundtrack over HD personally. Graphics as well, like WipEout 3 Special Edition and just WipEout 3 in general looks bloody good on PS1, I think. And then HD as well, I think stands up quite well now, like even now, the graphics. I mean, it looks a bit dated in places, but at first glance the game does look pretty good, considering it's 17 years old. WipEout HD. And then Apterix says, I race in WipEout with a Formula 1 mentality. Drive hard and fast, go flat out whenever possible, brake as late and hard as possible, and get up to speed by any means when exiting a corner. Fair enough. It's like squeezing every bit of speed and like getting the best possible racing line just whenever possible, I guess. Apterix, replying to Arcane, says HD Fury for nostalgia, physics and music, as well as the full roster of teams, and then 2048 for the ship and environment design and difficulty. Fair enough. And yeah, you like 2048, Apterix. Yeah, I think, didn't you mention it was like one of your favourites in the series in the past? For me personally, 2048 is actually one of my least favourites, because I just don't think it's designed very well. It feels like it's too much of a tech demo for the Vita, really. And not only that, but I just don't think it's as well designed as WipEout HD, really. And I don't think it has as much content either. It's not a bad game. It's certainly not bad, but it's also the lack of balance that puts me off as well. Yeah, like, WipEout HD felt really good with balance, and then 2048 kind of just threw it all out the window. So I don't know. Like, if it let you race with specific categories, it wouldn't be as bad. And I think some of the campaign events do that. But then, it's like with a Mega Collection, they didn't add any, like, extra functionality to make the game any more balanced. Kind of just left as it was. I don't know. 2048, like, it's not bad, but I can't say it's... I don't like it as much as most of the other games in the series. I might actually like Fusion more than 2048, if I'm honest. Again, I'm not saying 2048 is factually worse. That's not what I'm saying. I just think most of the other games do it better, really. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion. If you like 2048, that's fine. If I get an autopilot, I'll try and read the next message. It's kind of another challenge. I don't know. A little bit of a messy first lap. There we go. Oh god. I'm kind of just going to try and go round those trees as opposed to through. It's so satisfying flying straight through that little forest. I've done it in the past, but it's quite hard. Sometimes it can backfire and you'll just stop hitting a tree. Even though these ships should be able to blast through a tree at over 1,000 kilometers an hour, but never mind. That's by the by. It's funny because this game does have somewhat destructible environments in some places, which is, I think, the only game in the series to do that. But then you can't fly through these thin trees at 1,000 kilometers an hour. Oh well, whatever. It's part of the challenge, I guess. Come on, give me an autopilot. I want to read the next message, or two, maybe. Those grenades have gone... oh, okay, they blew up anyway. I was going to say they've gone into some mountains, but never mind. I won't hear it, it'll be fine. I'm hoping. So many speed pads. Nice. Yeah, the crate should be able to destroy all these trees as well, but again, oh well, whatever. Flamethrower is so useless, it didn't even do anything. Lovely. Oh, what are you doing, Tigron? Shooting the wall. I remember that happens a lot in the later games as well. Sometimes when especially on Pulse, I've noticed, on WipEout Pulse, like when a ship is in first, they'll just randomly shoot cannons and stuff, and it's just stupid. But you could have absorbed it, but oh well. I just got gravity bombed. Lovely. No, get off. Ship's becoming hard to steer now. Come on, flamethrower, do something. Useless. Oh, how did that gravity bomb stop me? It was out the track. God. It's obviously got a way bigger hitbox than the actual, like, explosion that it emits. Easy game. Again, best racing game ever. As legend would call it. Right, well, looks like I'm getting 5th. Perfect. Somehow got a very good time bonus as well, but I don't know. Right, catch up with the messages. D-Roasted Cat says, Goteki 45's design in Pure kind of reminds me of a nose. Tell me you can't see it. I suppose it kind of does. It kind of reminds me more of like Mirage or something, but except the 2 like arms at the front are like stuck together. But yeah, I can kind of see what you mean. It also kind of looks like an arrow or something. Just kind of agile design. Definitely, again, better than, well, more aerodynamic and agile looking than like the WipEout 3 or like Pulse/HD designs. Goteki. Aptrix says, don't Pure and Pulse have nearly identical handling models? They look identical on video except Pure ships fishtail and rock side to side more. Yeah, that's pretty much it, actually. I do think Pulse, I don't know, the ships, they seem to have more, like, power into the steering. I'm not sure how to explain it. It's a bit different, but then HD feels better overall, in my opinion, with the physics. Yeah, Pure and Pulse are more different, says Arcane. Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to explain. I'll just catch up with more of the messages. Pulse are more boxy looking and handle on rails. There's a good bit of floaty drift on Pure, which makes it better, in my opinion. Fair enough. 2048 is the GOAT. The sound design and music choice is absolute peak, especially the engine sounds and School of Funk and Invaders Must Die. Fair enough. The handling's the same as HD, so I don't have to relearn a new handling model. But the best thing is easily the street races like Empire Climb and Queen's Mall, as well as the designs of the agility and speed class ships. Yeah, I agree, actually. The track and ship designs, for the most part, they are pretty good, I think, in 2048. Oricom Agility is the best looking ship in the series, in my opinion. And the campaign's a bit short. I beat it in 2 nights, although the A+ challenges are some of the best things I've played in a WipEout game. Yeah, they're like some of the fastest. It's like some of the highest speed you'll ever get. Or at least the highest feeling of speed. In the series. They are bloody hard as well, those challenges. Easily the most difficult parts of 2048, I'd say. Goteki and Pulse looks like a soy jack meme, to be honest, says Apterix. Let's not play that song because it's copyright blocked. Yeah, it's a shame I can't just play the soundtrack as it is. To skip that one song. Oh, I'm going this way. I'm not sure why I thought I'd already done this league as well, because I definitely haven't. There's a lot of Course 3 tracks here, and I've not done yet in this stream series, so yeah. I've definitely not gone along that before, in reverse, on these streams. That's also another part. I think that is the only part in the WipEout series where you get to fly over water. There's also a part, like a very brief part in 2048, like on Ultima 7, or just Ultima as it's called, where you fly over like a puddle. Well, it's not really a puddle, it's more of like a little flood, but it's not high enough to, well, for the ship to have to like fly above it, like it's a separate bit of track. I don't know. But yeah, this is different in Fusion. You literally fly over a section of water. And again, that's the only part in the series where that happens, I believe. Don't think I'm forgetting anything. Oh no, that's bad. Bloody pinballing off walls here. Nitro Boost would be proud. Well, would he be proud or would he be more annoyed than anything? I won't be able to stop pinballing off walls. Like in that zone mode on Transcendence. No, that was close. Some explosion behind me nearly brought me, well, nearly blasted me off the track. No. Yeah, even if I couldn't see the explosion, there's still quite a big blast radius, so yeah. What the hell? Oh. Okay, that was a bit of a... terrain started glitching a bit. I hope the geometry doesn't violently explode like it does like it has in like some of Solar Exotic's videos, where he's played this on PS3. Like sometimes, for some reason, there's a weird compatibility issue between WipEout Fusion and like the PS3. Specifically like the backwards compatible PS3, where the geometry will just randomly explode sometimes. And it's quite hilarious, but also not the best if you're trying to finish the game. Like, trying to actually play it. Yeah, you can see it in some of Solar Exotic's videos. Sometimes, yeah, the geometry just explodes and you literally have to restart the game. Like, I'm pretty sure it's unfixable once it happens. And you can't really see what's going on, it's just polygons just flickering everywhere. It's like the TV lost signal, but it's worse. Right, can I get first, maybe, in these last few laps? I've grinded the walls a lot as well. I'm down to 43 HP, 42. The ship's still okay to control, though. Still better than, like, I guess, Tigron or whatever. Is it annoying for me to say Tigron, even though the announcer actually says Tigron in WipEout HD? Because I know a lot of people would probably just pronounce it as Tigron. But I just say it how it's said. Even if that's weird, whatever. Second. Backwards Quake. Don't know if that got anyone. Oh, another fastest lap, nice. Oh no, I didn't get any eliminations. Oh well. Arcane says, anyone ever played Midnight Club Racers? I think it was called. Insanely fast while Knuckle Street Racing. Game leaning towards Gran Turismo realism. I've definitely heard of Midnight Club, but I've not played it, so maybe one day. I don't know. Might try it out. Oh yeah, if the ships hover via electromagnets, how the hell do they fly on dirt and water, says Apteryx. My only theory for that, I mean, I don't really care too much about, like, I personally don't, I'm not too bothered about how the ships work. I used to care about that, like, when I first got into the series, but over time I've kind of just forgotten about that, really. I've kind of just gone with however the game works. But yeah, thinking about it, I suppose the only way that would work is maybe if there was, like, some track just underneath the water, like, maybe there wasn't that much water above the track, maybe. And then maybe that gives the illusion that you're flying over water when actually you're not. It's just like a thin layer of it. I don't know. Kind of like, again, that moment on Ultima in 2048 where you fly over like a small flood for like half a second. Either that or the ships have some kind of other technology that let them float above anything. Like, I don't really know. To me, it doesn't matter that much. Like, I don't really care that much about lore or like how the ships work. But I understand there's some people who really do care about that kind of thing, and fair enough, I suppose. If that's interesting to you, then, well, yeah. It's cool. And again, I used to be interested in that, but then I kind of just forgotten about it over time. Because I'm also just play the games for fun, more than anything else. What? Oh, well, great. That's gone terribly wrong. Is this race number 5 now? No. I've been streaming for 40 minutes and I've not even finished one AG League yet. I've done that one challenge, but that was only 2 minutes, so easily over half an hour for this one AG League. And again, it's all course 3 tracks mostly, I think, so taking bloody ages. I don't even know if I'll get 2 AG League events done today. Might only be 1. Because again, I like to do those challenges. Like, I think it's, is it EGR next? Those challenges I need to do. I've done Pfizer, Vanuber, Borcom, and G-Tech so far. The challenges. Basically one one group of challenges per stream. So yeah, the next ones would be EGR, I believe. So yeah, hopefully I'll have enough time to actually do those before I end the stream today. If I don't, then oh well, but like I would like to keep it consistent. I should probably add like chapters and more information and descriptions to my other streams as well, just to show what I've done. Maybe that would make it easier. I don't know. Something I've thought about and just forgot until now. I looked at the chat for a second, and Charchi says, the ships fly using video game logic. I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's it. No explanation needed. Well, no need to elaborate further, I guess. That's it. It's just video game logic. That's all it is. Yeah, again, I'm not really too bothered about like the made-up technologies used for making these ships float. It's just the way it is, really. Quantum levitation or something. Anyway. Oh wow, I got nearly 1 million credits from that one race. 2 eliminations, nice. Oh, that was actually the last race. Okay. For some reason I thought this was only like the third to last, but no. It was the final one. 71 points, nice. That went pretty well. Arcane says, highly recommended, decent skill curve, and once you get cars like the Skyline, the speeds you'll reach are pretty intense. Hitting a guardrail at 170 miles an hour is nuts. Oh yeah, you're talking about Midnight Club, aren't you? Again, might be something I could try out in the future. Oh yeah, how do the magnetic ships float on the ice of Silverstream, and why does the flying ship slide on the ice that isn't even touching? Zaptorix. Yeah, it can feel like the ships are actually sliding more on that track. I don't think they are, but I think it's just the slippery physics of WipEout, well, the first WipEout. And that part behind the waterfall reminds me of the final turn of Pocono Raceway from Ballistic NG. I have not raced that track in months. I was actually playing Ballistic NG again earlier for the first time in a little while. I was actually playing it on my TV this time, and yeah, it's just, again, great game. Any of you who are watching, actually, I'd recommend trying it out. I think it's only like $10, $12, something like that, on Steam. And yeah, it's a lot like WipEout, but in a lot of ways it's actually designed better, I think. Plenty of content, plenty of ships, and it's got mod support as well. Like, can't really ask for much more, to be honest. Aptrix says, I'm not even coming at the hovering problem from a lore standpoint. I'm just science brain, so I'll notice little inconsistencies like that and ponder them for weeks. Yeah, fair enough. Again, as I was saying, like, some people are more interested in certain things than others, and that's fair enough. Nothing wrong with that. Survival challenge. I've got to survive for 6 laps. Oh, God. Arcane says, I want to love Ballistic NG for all the reasons. I haven't gotten into it too much, but the few maps I flew on the slowest setting were too fast for me. Yeah, it's very fast as well. It's faster than WipEout. Like, I'm pretty sure Zen class might actually be just as, if not faster than A+ class on 2048 in terms of like the feel, like the feeling of it. As much as I love WipEout, I'm more of a Venom or Flash speed pilot in regards to perfect laps and golds, says Arcane. Yeah, fair enough. Some people like to race on the lower speed classes, and yeah, that's okay. Charchi2 says, 1v1 me and BNG, JW. Wink face. Maybe. I don't know if I'll do it straight after this stream, but maybe some point soon. I'm actually off work for a little while, so I'll have more time for that kind of thing. And, well, actually, I might even be able to stream twice for the next couple of weeks. Like, twice in a week. I might be able to do that for the next few streams. Like, I might be able to do it twice in a week, because I've got more time now. That's only if things go to plan, though. Like, I've got, like... Okay, what is going on? What the hell? I think I just got pummeled by, like, 4 sets of grenades. And that's another one. I'm down to 7% already. What the hell, man? Jesus. I hope... Oh, great, okay. I can't remember if the pit lane's available in survival. I don't think it is it? Well... I guess it doesn't matter. Jeez. Challenge failed? Well, yeah. I think that's the first time I've seen that message. I did so crap on that. Well, to be fair, that wasn't even my fault. I'm going to blame the game for that. It's not... I mean, I can't help the fact that there's only grenades available and there's nothing to protect me from, well, the amount of grenades being shot at me from the 16 opponents. Aptrix says to Arcane, just try using the speed multiplier in BNG. If you set it to like 0.8, it'll be more like Flash/Rapier. Yeah, that's true, actually. Or you can set it to... you can set the speed multiplier to, I think, is it 5x it goes up to? You can literally go like Mach 3 speed or something stupid. It's ridiculous. In fact, I did that in a video. It was like, I went like 4,000 kilometers an hour with the drag ships. I mean, I know it was only 4,000 kilometers an hour for like a tenth of a second, but still. I was still going like 3,000 for most of it. We should 1v1v1, me, JW, and Cha-Chi-Chu. I have multiple podium positions on the 1.3 leaderboards, so it should be a good race. Oh wow, I didn't actually know you were that good at Ballistic NG. Fair play. That could be a good one then. I'm sure I'll do the worst, because... I mean, I've played Ballistic NG, like... I don't know if I've played it plenty, but like, I've got to rank 50. At the very least. It was bloody difficult, but I did it. Yeah, but I don't think my skill, like, I feel like I'm better at WipEout than I am with Ballistic NG. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like I'd probably do the worst in that 1v1v1. Well, this is already going a lot better because I'm not being absolutely mauled by grenades. I will go through the pit lane to see if it's available, because I can't remember if it is. That is a no. So yeah, I mean, again, it's a survival challenge for a reason, I guess. The whole point is to survive. It's 6 laps. It's quite a lot for a fusion race. Especially when the standard lap count is 3 across the board. It only really changes during challenges. I think that's the only time in the game where it actually varies in lap count. Not really much point in using or like discarding the weapon because, well, it's just grenades and I'm second, so unless there's danger. Oh wait. Useless. God, stop shooting me, please. I didn't even see that explosion. Yes. Bronze awarded. Well, that's a good start, but can I get silver? Or even better, gold. Oh, can you stop? Genuinely. Come on, just bugger off. Oh my god, why does Tigron keep making their way ahead? Or in front? Tigron. Where the hell is first? Although, to be fair again, getting first does not really matter in the survival challenges, you just have to survive for 6 laps. It's not like you have to survive for 6 laps and then finish first. Thank Christ. It's not like a combo challenge from the PS1 game. Well, games. Although actually it was only WipEout 3 and WipEout 64 actually that had the combo challenges, I think. 2097 didn't have that. It just had challenge 1 and 2. Which were both quite hard, but yeah. Anyway. Okay, fuck off. Leave me alone. Keep getting hunted by bloody opponents, I guess. I'm not actually sure what ship that was. I wonder if it was Tigron again. Also, 12 opponents have been eliminated during this whole race. What? My god. I've also just remembered, I think this is actually random, but I think this is the version of Vol Square that was in Classic 2 League on WipEout Pure. I think this is the one. I remember there's also Mandrashi, but that doesn't feel much like Mandrashi to me. I don't know. Like, it feels vaguely like it, but obviously there's no like 360 loop or anything, so yeah. Yeah, this is definitely... I'm sure this is the one they had in Classic 2 League. Pure. Let's shoot these backwards for good measure. Right, final lap. Oh god, nearly fell off the track. I'm also... How has the ship still got... Like, it's still held together very well, despite me being on 19 HP. Like, usually it's all worn out by now. Oh yeah, there we go. Now the front's a bit dented in. That's about it. Yeah, usually by now it would just be like shards of metal on the track. With an engine attached. There's two opponent... No, there's one opponent left. It's me and, well, the one opponent. Oh my god, what's going on behind me? Are the grenades really that powerful? There we go. Challenge complete. Well, there we go. That wasn't too bad in the end, just took a while. Aptrix says it would be like Schumacher, Prime Hamilton, and Ayrton Senna all racing together in rocket ships. Oh, that's the 1v1v1. Maybe. I don't know what... I don't know which, like... I'm not sure what kind of example of racing driver that I'd be, but whatever. Chargy Chu says, I'm down. My strat is to get in first and hold shields. Fair enough. Makes sense. Could be a good strategy. I mean, it must have worked in the past. You've mentioned it. Aptrix says, to be honest, those podiums are low on speed classes on unpopular tracks like Europa and Yala Outpost, but I'm proud of those laps. Oh, well, fair enough. I mean, it's still a podium. Still impressive in some regard. I'm still definitely competent at high speeds, although my method of overtaking is going wide and bombarding anyone on the racing line because I prefer the drifty Wyvern ship. Ah yes, the Wyvern ship is another great one actually. Probably one of my favourite to use alongside Tenrai and Hyperion in Blitzkrieg. Your style is the kind of people I target. First place hogs will often find themselves on the unfriendly end of a plasma because I'm freakishly accurate with them. Oh, I'm guessing you're replying to Chachi Chu's message about their strat. It's the only good thing about my racing style. Oh. My trajectory is very chaotic, so it'd be more luck than skill. Oh. That's interesting. Keep in mind. Arcane says, I think I played BNG so far back that was before they incorporated the barrel roll. Oh, so like the 2280 physics as well? Interesting. I wonder if that was so far back that it was like before it was even on Steam. I don't know. Aptrix says, nothing's chaotic enough to avoid a Hellstorm or Tremor though, or the stupidly OP cannon. But then again, Charty2 says, except hoarding shields. I still should have a few world records on 1.3 boards, but I haven't played actively in like 2 years. Oh wow. Well. Yeah, I need to play Blitzkrieg more, I think. I don't think I play it enough. It's another great game. And well, I suppose it's good for, especially for the, I mean, it's a good racing game in general, but I think it's also good for people who have, well, wanted a Wipeout game for years and, well, obviously haven't got one, so Blitzkrieg is definitely the next best thing, I think. And, yeah, there hasn't been a new Wipeout game in 12 years, excluding a Mega Collection, which isn't really, it's not entirely original. And then you've got Wipeout Merge or Rush, which I'm not even going to talk about. I don't know if I've ever really talked about it at all on my channel, but I'm going to keep it that way because who cares, genuinely, about that game. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is one of those chase challenges. I was doing some world record attempts a couple months ago, and I don't remember seeing your name in the top 20 that often, Chachichu. Looks like you have to go get your throne back, says Apterix. I've definitely seen Chachichu's name on the leaderboards in the past. Can't exactly remember where, but I have seen them, so yeah. Yeah, I imagine if you haven't played actively in a while, yeah, people are going to end up taking those places. The high end of the leaderboard. Right, elimination challenge. This should be okay with EGR because it's got good shielding. So I was mostly active on Zone and Barracuda Model A boards, says Charty2. Okay. Right, let's go. That took ages, but there we go. It was just 5 seconds of pure silence. Right. This is just... Oh, what? Well, that's just brilliant, isn't it? Okay, why are those speed pads going directly into a wall, then? I'm just going to restart. What? This is the worst race I've ever done, ever. Just in anything. I just literally fell. That was so crap. My god. Row fell off. Anyway. Oh, well, that was pointless. Right, there we go. That's how you're supposed to do it. I don't even know what happened to make me fall. I don't know if I was just going, like, too busy looking backwards, or, like, if it was me getting hit by a weapon without realising. I don't know. Whoa. Jesus. I'm just going to shoot every weapon until I get to 4 eliminations. This might take multiple attempts because, again, I'm not the best eliminator, really. So, and I guess this is the closest thing you can get to eliminator in this game. So, I mean, it is literally an elimination challenge, if I can speak correctly. Oh dear. Wait. I think they may have just hit the wall. As in, like, a right-angled section of the wall. They might have stopped to a halt, which is good. But, I mean, it's not as good as an elimination, is it? Oh, that's Piranha gone. I think that was Piranha anyway. Need to keep off the walls. Oh, come on, lock up there. Oh, okay, well, it did it. No! Is it only missile and grenades then? Did all those just miss? Oh my god. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, it's 3 ships. I thought it was 4. Oh, I had to get 4 eliminations for some reason. Maybe I misremembered it as... There's 4 laps. Maybe I just got it mixed up. I don't know. Whatever. Getting a lot of contender eliminated right now. Oh, shot too early. Come on, lock on. Come on, missile, please lock on. Come on. Oh, they're just a tiny bit too far away. So near, yet still so far. Come on. Final lap. Oh, God. No. Okay, that was close. I nearly screwed that up terribly. Right, that's Zyos I'm after now. No! Oh my... Oh, Oricom. Where'd it go? It's all the way behind. Okay. Oh, yes. This is good. They're low on health. Oh, come on. This could be the world's slowest elimination. There we go. Perfect. That was pretty good. I wonder if someone eventually gets the perfect run, like a time that can't be physically beaten by a human. I know people have done that for the leaderboards in the F1 games, says Apterix. That's interesting. The way I see it, I'm not saying I'm like a time trial legend or anything, because I certainly aren't. I'm certainly not that, but the way I see things is, whatever it is, there's always some kind of improvement that can be made. Like, even if it seems like you've done as well as you can get, I still think there's room for improvement, whether it's like a millisecond or even just like getting the corner, like just turning a corner slightly better or something. I'm not explaining it very well, but I'm sure you can understand what I mean. Yeah, perfection, I don't know, it's one of those kind of, it's one of those things, it's like debatable. Does it really exist? Because, I don't know, again, the way I see it, I think there's always room for improvement, even if it's like a tiny, just a tiny bit. Wouldn't it be cool if there were 64 ship online lobbies in Blitzkrieg G? Turn on collision and 10 times damage and let the carnage ensue. That would result in my PC exploding. Wow. And then Charty2 says, collisions in BNG multiplayer are fun for one race. The netcode for them is just too bad, at least last I checked. I can't actually remember, to be honest. I haven't done much multiplayer on Blitzkrieg G, so can't really comment on that. I find them to be fun because you can run your homies into the wall, says Apterix. It's like HD weaponless racing, except way more annoying, says Charty2. LAN is the best for latency, then IP, and then Steam. Steam adds a lot of latency. Yeah, I think most of the multiplayer I've done on Blitzkrieg G is just sometimes participating in those, like, it's like the multiplayer Monday sessions on the Discord, because I've raced in those for a bit sometimes, and yeah, usually the latency is fine. I've barely done Steam multiplayer, but can't really remember how that is. But as you say, it adds a lot of latency. I suppose it's not too surprising, because, well, it's literally going through different servers. Apterix says, I played multiplayer with some friends a year ago and had no major issues, although we were all together in the same room on a LAN game. Yeah, that would probably have, like, the best, or at least the least amount of latency, I suppose. Makes sense. Arcane says, I want to have a LAN party. I don't know enough gamers. I'd love to take over a cyber cafe or a net cafe or something like Quake 3 or old Halo PC. I've seen pictures of that in the past. It looks pretty cool. Just seeing like loads of these old PCs interconnected, and then all these people just playing together in one online session. It's pretty cool. Squad up for the LAN party. BNG LAN party, Decker emoji. Although there's, unfortunately, YouTube doesn't have the Decker emoji. Thinking about it though, well, I know in the Discord, like on the Blitzkrieg G Discord and like other places, there's the Decker emoji, but then thinking about it, if I got YouTube memberships eventually, I think I can add custom emojis through that. I mean, I could actually just add a Decker emoji in that, just because I think that would be pretty good. It'd work well for WipEout streams, I think. And I'm actually pretty close to being able to get memberships on my channel as well, because I think am I remembering it wrong? I think you can have like custom chat messages with it, but basically once I reach 500 subscribers, I should be able to like be eligible for memberships, and then hopefully I can use like custom emojis and stuff then. And then exclusive content maybe as well. I mean, I'm only going to do that though if people actually want it. That's another thing. Like, I'm not going to just add memberships for the sake of it. I think it's only really appropriate if I do it if people actually want it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with memberships. I just think it makes more sense to only add them if people actually request them. And I won't be surprised if nobody does. Like, it's honestly entirely up to you. It's okay. Yeah, I'm not too bothered about adding memberships. Like, I've thought about it in the past, but it's like, I should only really do it if people actually want it. I think that makes sense. I wish I was around for the 90s to 2010s LAN gaming scene, says Apterix. Yeah, unfortunately, I kind of wish I was around in the 90s. I ended up growing up in the latter half of the 2000s and then through to the 2010s. So, but yeah, I still ended up growing up with like pretty old like 90s technology, like the PS1, from a young age. I'm kind of glad, to be fair, because, well, it's still a great console, I think. Doesn't matter if it's 30 years old. I keep telling myself I should start hosting BNG lobbies on AGRF, and then I never do, says Chashi Chu. I mean, when you've got the time, I think that'd be good, actually, because I wouldn't mind joining. That'd be good. Even if my skill on BNG is not that great, I mean, I mostly just race for fun anyway, so there we go. I think that'd be a fun time. The videos of like 20 college kids in a basement with a bunch of Xboxes and pizzas playing Halo split screen looks so cool, says Apterix. And to be honest, I want no money from YouTube. Money for me means that my audience spent their money on me or lost their time to ads, so I'm going to do everything in my power to not monetize. Fair enough. Yeah, that's okay. Although I think the monetization isn't until like 1,000 subscribers. I think the memberships thing is like a tier below. It's like you don't get monetization, but you can have like people join your channel as like a membership kind of thing, and then they have access to like exclusive emojis and like videos and stuff like that. But again, as I said, I'm only going to do that if people genuinely want it. I think that makes sense, the way I see it. Anyway, oh, it's this one with like the super fast drop, yeah. And like, yeah, it's got loads of speed pads. Like one of the fastest moments in the game. And then there's also the Temtesh Bay drop bit, like at the end of each lap. At least on forward course, and yeah, you can exceed like 3,500 kilometers an hour. Well, I don't think it's actually that fast, but there we go. It's what the game says. It's the game logic. Ow! I thought I was gonna skim that, but no, I hit it. Oh my god! Everyone's getting eliminated. What's going on? Oh, is that a single lap? Oh, okay. Arcane says, I was there for that, lol. Nothing was more invigorating than sniping on your 25% of a 19-inch tube TV. Oh yeah, like 4-player split screen back in the early 2000s. Wow. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty old though. I was around for split screen GoldenEye. Is that Nintendo 64? It's pretty cool, actually. It's always cool, like, well, people talking about, well, reminiscing about those kind of times before I was even born. And, yeah, that's just how it was back then. Pretty cool. 1996. Wow. Awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool that you were around during that time. I used to rent carts from Blockbuster Video. Oh, nice. I never actually went to Blockbuster, but yeah, that was one of the places you could go to back then. We got a millennial in the chat. We got an Unk, an Ice Dweller. This is a joke. Yes. Oh man. Time for the final gold challenge, which is just a head-to-head. Oh no, I got jump scared. Nitro Boost in the chat says boo. And then Aptrix. Ah, British scary. Oh no. Hi Nitro. Happy face. It's all good. I'm grateful to have been part of that gaming era, says Arcane. Yeah, growing up in the 90s, like, must have been awesome. Yeah, it's one of those decades that I think, It's weird because I grew up in like well, in the 2000s and the 2010s, but I actually grew up with like VHS and DVDs and, well, the PS1 and the PS2, as opposed to like Blu-ray and like PS3 and things like that. I used to play on like a Spider-Man CRT, like a 14-inch Spider-Man CRT, when I was like, I think we got it when I was about 3 or 4 years old. So that's like the late 2000s. So it was already kind of the time where CRTs were disappearing, but I still used to play on them back then. As far as I'm concerned, well, I feel like we were a few years out of date usually, but it's not really a problem. It worked, and I mean, I had fun, so there we go. And that wasn't too bad. It's pretty neck and neck throughout the whole challenge, but there we go. Gold. First try, not bad. This has been a pretty smooth stream, to be honest. Nitro boost with the evil strepsil emoji. I know it's supposed to be a devil, but it just looks like an evil, like, strepsil pill or something. That's just always how those have looked to me. How are you doing, Nitro? Been busy binning a Lancia 037 in every bush and ditch in sight in WRC Rally Evolved. Oh dear. My brother got that game from CEX a few months ago. Pretty cool. Old tech is coming back. I just saw the Alien Isolation soundtrack is getting an audio cassette release very soon. Yeah, that's another thing, actually. I feel like in the last few years, especially, like, cassette tapes and vinyl are really, like, people really want them. Like, they're kind of, it's like a resurgence. Like, I think in the 2000s, like, obviously CDs, things like that. Well, okay, CDs have existed since the 80s, but CDs were basically the norm in the 2000s for like music and stuff like that, and also, of course, MP3 players. But then, yeah, nowadays, I mean, people still seem to like, yeah, cassette tapes and vinyl and stuff like that. It's the kind of stuff that it's the kind of stuff that shouldn't really disappear, in my opinion. Like, it all looks cool, and it's got its own sound as well. Not that I don't know that much personally about how like cassettes and vinyl sound, but from my understanding, they have their own kind of like distinctive sound, like that you can't get from like MP3 or whatever, or like CD. But anyway, yeah, that's the EGR challenge is done. That's also, yeah, I mean, should I do another AG League now? I don't know if I've got enough time really. I usually only stream for 90 minutes, and, well, it's been 1 hour 15 minutes, so... Yeah, this would be another long one. I think I might actually just end the stream for now. Unless you guys want me to do another race, like one more. Have I unlocked Zone, actually? Wait. Oh, yeah, I've got Zone now. I might as well do that, then. I haven't got any of the medals, so let's just do this. Why not? Yeah, okay, I won't end the stream then. I'll do this one, maybe even 2 zone races, and then I'll finish the stream. Don't really want to finish 15 minutes early thinking about it. Arcane says, people are going back to physical media with games more and more too. That's a good thing, actually. That's another thing, because I know companies, I'm just going to pause for a minute. I know companies, they really want you to go for like digital media instead. I can kind of see why, but at the same time, with the controversies around content suddenly disappearing, I think physical media is really important. Because once you own it, you own it. It's not the same with digital media. I'm sure, I imagine you guys probably think the same as well. Yeah. Apterix says, finally got the motivation to start making real content again, and my bunny moved into my room. Aside from that, it's been the usual cycle of school and work. I hope you've been doing well as well, Apterix. And just a heads up, I may or may not have a Mad Max video in the works, says Nitro. Oh, cool. Never actually watched or like seen much of Mad Max before, but maybe I could change that. I could watch it when it comes out if I've got time. Arcane says, people are cranky about buying games that are so dependent on network play that the devs can remove their playability if it suits them. Yeah. And then, yeah, and then Apterix says, physical media is so cool. I agree. And then The Nitro says, I'd much rather have something physical than not. Yeah, I agree with all of you, honestly. Like, because the company can't just take it away from you. Like that. Because I remember Sony at one point, I think it was like 18 months ago or so, they were going to like remove some... I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was something to do with like Sony movies or something. They were going to like remove like the library, but then there was so much backlash that they had to retract it. And it was basically like the kind of content that people would have like paid a subscription for. I can't really remember much of what it was. I can vaguely recall it was something to do with like a subscription or something that obviously millions of people have paid for. And the Sony were like, oh, we're going to remove this soon. But then, because there was so much negativity about that, Sony had to retract it, or at least like extend the period of them like cancelling it. Like, again, I might be talking complete bollocks. Like, I might be completely misremembering, but I'm pretty sure it was something to do with that. It was something along the lines of that, anyway. And yeah, there's other things like Ubisoft removing games from their libraries and stuff, like without refunds. Like, it's just not really fair. Like, once you own something, well, once you buy something, you should own it, right? Companies shouldn't be able to just take it away from you. I've never really talked about that on my channel, but it's important, really, because it's almost like scammy in some ways. Like, even if it's like you buy it like 15 years ago and then it gets like removed, like, you still bought it. Like, you still own the right to, well, owning it, right? It shouldn't just be... The company shouldn't just be able to take away things like that with like basically no reason. And again, that's why I think physical media is really important. Like, I'm still able to play this game now because it's physical. It's the same for games from, well, even before as well. And, well, just, again, anything that's released, like, physically that doesn't depend on the internet. Unfortunately, there are some games that are released physically but still depend on a network connection. And, yeah, that's another bad thing, but I'm rambling too much. I'm not going to get too much into that, and I'm sure you guys already know anyway, so, yeah. Just one of those things, unfortunately. Just seen Charty2's message, overflow the zone score counter. I mean, I'll try. I've seen it done before, but that was only by like reaching zone 80 or something stupid, which is bloody quick. I have seen a video where someone reached zone 151. I think it was Ogob or something, or Orgob. I think that was the name of the channel. It's definitely like a very old like VHS capture, I'm sure, probably from like even before YouTube existed. But yeah, they reached like zone 151, and it was just insane. Like, and I think they overflowed the zone counter like multiple times. It got to like 4 billion, and then it like reset back to 0. But then like within a minute, it was back up to the billions again. Like, it's just the kind of gameplay that you just, well, you never really see. Like, it's absolute madness. There's also people who've managed to reach like zone 300 and something odd on Sol on WipEout 2048. Although that's on the PS4 Omega Collection, but still. Zone 300 plus. Like, what? I guess it's because Sol has like no walls, but still, like, extremely fast. It's like Mach 2 pretty much. Well, it's supposed to be. I need to reach zone 30. Am I actually going to reach it? Okay, actually, I'm at 25. I might be right. Being quite low on shield energy, but and the front of the ship is buggered, but oh well. Also, those like vapor trails flickering at the bottom of the screen is really putting me off. It's mostly when I'm going through that 360 loop, they start like flashing. Yeah, like here, just flickering a bit. It's a bit annoying, but whatever. I'm sure I'll survive. This is already quite fast. This is zone 29. If you think this is fast, then again, just watch Orgob's video. Just search like WipEout Fusion zone 151. I'm sure you'll find it. Like after this stream, I suggest searching it, just watching it, and it's just, again, it's absolute madness. Zone 151. Uh-oh. I'm definitely not going to be overflowing the zone counter, unfortunately. Might make it to lap 14, and never mind. Well, I still got the gold medal, so yeah, there we go. 365 million points. Wow. Aptrix says, it still feels like a miracle that I found a CD of my favourite 2024 album, but I have it and it's the start of a CD collection. I burned my own now and I've made CDs of all the WipEout OSTs. Ah, nice. I'll select next track. I suppose I could do that. Yeah, I've actually... If you own the PS1 WipEouts, you can actually just rip the music directly from them. Because, well, they work as like enhanced audio CDs. Right, I might as well do Area 2 as well. Aren't Ubisoft on the brink of collapse after that Assassin's Creed game, says Nitro? I've heard some things about that, but I don't know, so I'm not going to say anything. Yeah, apparently Ubisoft, though, lately they've been in quite a lot of, I guess, turmoil. Maybe it's their own fault, but I don't really follow gaming news that much nowadays, so I can't really comment. I have a prediction that ROMs, emulators, and the enthusiastic geeks that keep them running will literally preserve gaming as a whole, says Arcane. I kind of agree with you on that, actually, as well. I think as long as you're emulating and, like... I mean, this might be controversial, or you won't care, but I do think if it's not supported anymore, like if it's a game that's just not supported by the developers or the company or whatever anymore, then I think emulating it's fine. And, like, whether it's your own copy or not. It just depends, though. Like, if it's a game, for example, if it's like the Nintendo Switch, and there's, like, games that are still being actively updated and stuff like that. It's like, there was that whole, like, Yuzu, like, was it Yuzu emulator? That got, like, shut down. It might have got shut down for the wrong reasons. But yeah, like, can't quite remember what happened. But, yeah, that got shut down. May have just been because they were trying to make an emulator for something that was still actively being supported. But in my opinion, if it's something like... if it's like... especially if it's something like obscure and rare, and like old, then I think it's fine to emulate it. And like, again, some people just make like ROMs and stuff like that for preservation purposes. But then companies sometimes just see it as like piracy, and it's like, oh god. It's just one of those things. That one thing is seen as another. Like, I don't know. Basically, the way I see it is, if it's a game that's not being supported anymore, and it's easier to obtain by, well, emulating it, then, and I guess that's better. That's a better way of doing it, especially if it's being preserved in some way. But then if it's a game that's still like actively being supported, then obviously you're still supposed to buy it to support the developers. I think that makes sense. Probably just goes without saying, really. I don't know. Again, that's just the way I see it anyway. I usually don't really talk about piracy or those kind of topics on the channel or whatever. Kind of just keep away from that, really, because again, it's kind of up to people's interpretation, I suppose. Yeah, I'm fine with like game preservation. That's a great thing, really. Especially when it sometimes seems like companies don't seem to care about old IPs and things like that. Like, game preservation is a great thing, and just media preservation in general. Like the Internet Archive, that's another great thing. Because, I mean, if the Internet Archive didn't exist, then there'd be so many, like, so many bits of software and just, like, maybe, well, books as well, and just all sorts of content on like websites that you otherwise would just never ever be able to see again without like screenshot proof. Hmm. Oh, I got distracted. That's bad. I was on like 20 HP and I'm down to 11, 10. Oh god, I got distracted. Right, well, I've got to be really careful for these next couple of laps then. I need to get to at least zone 30 on every track. I think I've actually failed this. Crap. Of course, because it's not like zone mode in the later games, so the shield doesn't automatically regenerate over time. And Pure was the first game to do that, I believe. I should do a video of like... someone might have already mentioned this in the chat actually, but I should do a video of like the evolution of zone mode. Oh crap. Yeah, I think that might be a... I don't think I've seen a video like that before, and well, I like to do evolution videos in the WipEout games, obviously, so yeah, I'm just going to restart this because that attempt was balls. Might as well catch up with the chat before I continue. There's so many messages, wow. Abstract says, it's actually so bad. They used AI voices because they were too lazy to hire voice actors. Wait, was that Ubisoft? Oh god. That's crap. Is that actually true? Anyway. Aptrix says, I've seen a 500 zone VR Sol 2048, a mega collection run. Wow. Oh my god. Again, it's one of those tracks where there's not really any walls, so yeah, you're kind of just free. On Vita, you start to clip through the road when you're over 100 zones. Yeah, that makes sense, I think, because the game runs at 30 FPS, so it kind of messes around with the physics a bit. I have had that on, like, I think in the past when I've just tried out 2-player on WipEout HD, I remember because the game runs at 30 FPS on PS3 when you're doing 2-player, and sometimes the physics end up a bit messy. Like, if you... For example, like on Shengu Project, when you fall down to that lower part of the track, the ship kind of like, it almost gets stuck and then like pops back out the track. It's weird. It's weird things like that. Oh, man. Your best score on Vita is 138, while on PS4 it's 171. There's Chachichu. That's pretty good, actually. My best score is like 126 on PS4, I think. And then on Vita, I think it's just 90. I got to like Mac X and then straight away just blew up. Oh, Nitro says, yeah, I might have to miss most of these messages just so I can finish this stream because, yeah, there's quite a lot of messages I've missed. And I need to finish soon. Oh, how do you rip the music off the PS1 game, says Nitro. I think if you have a PC, like a Windows or Mac PC, if you open like QuickTime or Windows Media Player, there should be an option to like rip the music tracks from the disc. That's basically it. And alternatively, as Arcane says, yeah, you can just put it in a CD player and then you can just play each of the tracks. Track 1 won't work because it's the data track, but then track 2 to like whatever should work. You should be able to hear it. Oh, the Ballistic Engine Nerd Curie has entered the chat. Nice, hello. The Internet Archive has preserved old internet culture like Live League as well. Yeah, that's true. I don't really look at that myself, but yeah, I'm aware that the Internet Archive itself has literally preserved billions, and I think it's coming towards trillions now. Like trillions of websites. Yeah. It's a great project. I mean, it's more than a project, really. It's even got its own building in America somewhere, I think. It might have multiple buildings at this point. Did my ship just disappear for a split second? Oh, man. Oh, Arcane says, gotta dip out, but glad I caught your stream. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work. Cheers, man. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next stream, Arcane. It's always nice seeing you in the chat. Well, same to everyone else as well, of course. Good to see people chatting. And this time, I'll try not to get distracted and like lose half of my HP. That was stupid last time. Literally, I grinded the wall for like 3 or 4 seconds. That is a red sky as well. Try and get... try not to be too close to the walls. It's just a bit difficult sometimes. Well, okay, that wasn't too hard, but I'd still hit it anyway. Bloody wall. Again, it's just the fusion physics. I mean, I'm mostly used to the WipEout HD physics, as I keep saying. Sure, I've said that so many times now, but yeah, not really... I mean, I'm still familiar with the fusion physics, of course, but I'm just not as used to them as HD, so that's why I end up making silly mistakes. Which, I mean, they'll happen anyway, but... yeah, I end up like scraping walls easily by accident. Still got 32 HP and I'm halfway up, so not too bad so far. Silence. Just in the zone, as they call it. I don't know. This is definitely a way better attempt than last time. I think I've actually beat my points as well. I got 200 million something odd last time, and I'm already about to exceed that. So. I'm still on 25 HP, so... but will I reach zone 30? Not like that, I won't. I think last time I got to like zone 24, so... it feels really low saying that. I'm used to hearing like zone 50 or zone 60, or even zone 100, like in WipEout HD. I mean, I think the only track I've ever reached zone 100 on in WipEout HD is actually Syncopia, which is probably just predictable, really. I think the closest I've got next to that might be like... is it Protozo? I think I've got like zone 70 something on that. And I think I've reached Supersonic or zone 75 on all the zone tracks, whether it's Omega or HD. And then of course 2048, think you can reach higher zones a bit more easier, especially on Sol again. I think Sol and Empire Climb are like the only tracks I've got over zone 100 on from Omega Collection. Anyway, I got way past zone 30, so there we go. Yeah, I didn't actually mean to end it just there, but there we go. That's that. Oh, Aptrix says, if buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. Well, that's what some people say, and I kind of don't blame them. Yeah, it goes into the whole thing I was saying earlier about digital media and how it can just kind of be removed at any time. It's like, oh god. When you bought something, you should own the rights to. You should have the right to own it. And again, that's why I think physical media is important. Anyway, Curie says, no one shall stop my PCSX2 emulation spree. Sorry for the short visit, but I've been up since 3:30 and I'd like to catch up on sleep. Night all. Oh, well, good night, Nitro Boost. I'm just ending the stream now anyway, so there we go. Let's see how my progress now. So AG League is nearly finished. I might end up finishing it in the next stream, but I've still obviously got plenty of challenges, and of course the arcade medals, the zone medals, and the time trial, which for some reason doesn't seem to be unlocked until God knows when. Do I have to get all the arcade golds first? Like, I don't know. Charty2 says, they even archived the PSP version of WipEout Pulse's in-game site, but without the style sheet. Oh, really? That's why I couldn't replicate the original styling for so long, until I found a screenshot of the site in an old review from 07. Oh, wow. I was going to say, because, yeah, you've been remaking the PSP, the wipeoutgame.com, I think. You've been remaking that, and it looks very authentic. Works, like, it fits in perfectly with Pulse. And I guess, yeah, thanks to that, like, sometimes it can literally be one screenshot that leads you into a rabbit hole, and then, yeah. It's pretty cool. And I'm sure I've said it before, but again, I do appreciate your efforts, Charty2, on, like, well, not just remaking that website, but also the revival servers, the Thallium servers and stuff, for HD and Pulse, and was it Motorstorm Arctic Edge as well? Yeah, it's a very cool project, honestly. And yeah, it's allowed hundreds of people to, well, to experience WipEout Online again. So yeah. And yeah, those of you in the chat who are interested and hadn't heard of that before, you should search agracingfoundation. Is it .org or .com? Let me just check. Just to make sure I don't lead people to the wrong site. Oh, yeah, it's agracingfoundation.org. So yeah, check that out, and then you'll be able to find out how to play WipEout HD on PS3 online in 2025. Yeah, thank you, says Charty2. Yeah, that's all good. Yeah, you deserve the shout out, I think. Now that you mentioned the website as well. And yes, that's the end of the stream again. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll be continuing, hopefully. I mean, maybe I might be able to stream twice next week. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I hope you guys are looking forward to it. A new video will be coming soon, where involving that Packard Bell PC as well. It's probably not as interesting though as some of the other videos, because yeah, the next video is just, well, I unbox a mouse and a speaker system that kind of like fit in. They're Packard Bell branded, and they fit well, I think, with the PC, so that'll be coming next. And then after that will be another WipEout event video as well, and then just other content like these streams as well will be coming later. So yeah, but in the meantime, thanks once again for everyone, to everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next stream, hopefully. Goodbye.